Hello everyone, this is Vivek Rajshekharan. In this video, I am going to show you cross-region replication concept. What is that? In AWS Cloud, we know how to launch instances. So far, we have launched various types of instances like EC2 Windows, then EC2 Linux, Amazon, and we have seen EBS wallets and everything. This AMI, right? Amazon Machine Image. What is that actually? That is the pre-configured image which is managed by Amazon and Amazon owned third parties, which has the configuration and OS and security applications for the EC2 instance what we are going to launch. So this is something which is very useful, which helps us to immediately select the AMI of whatever the OS we want, like it might be Amazon, it might be Linux, it might be Windows, it might be Red Hat, whatever it is, we can select whatever the AMI we want. We can select and we can launch the instance, right? And we have also seen one thing, how to launch an EC2 instance as a web server, like Apache web server, even before launching the web instance. How we do that? By giving the user data in the advanced configuration. We have given the bash script. That bash script has been configured even before the launch of the EC2 instance so that the instance is already launched as a web server. We don't need to connect into the instance, then we don't need to use the PowerShell to launch the web page. We can automatically launch the instance as a web server so that it will host the web page. We have seen that. That is like user data we have entered. Like that, we can configure the Amazon machine image also. Once we have created the image, AMI image for our convenience, we can able to launch that. And if we like that configurations and everything, we can able to map that AMI image, what we have created, to another region, and we can able to launch the instance directly without giving the specifications and configurations later after launching the configurations. I will show you step by step. Uh, this is zero Frankfurt region. What I'm going to do, I'm going to launch an instance here. Okay. I'm selecting this as Euro. Okay, I'm launching an AWS Linux instance. Okay, let it be. T2 micro. I'm creating a new keypad. Euro key. Okay. I'm creating a new keypad. Yes, the keypad is downloaded. Network settings. I'm particularly insisting that the EC2 should be launched in 1A. A new security group allowing SSH. Configurations are okay. And in advanced details, what I'm going to do, I'm going to launch. Okay. I'm going to launch this instance as an Apache web server. How to do that? We can see the script, bash script here. We have already seen that Git is the control system for the Linux, and we are using the DNF package installer to install HTTPD, that is the web server. That is, in one word, we are launching the instance even before configuration. We are launching the instance as web server itself. We are not doing any after configurations. So I am launching the instance. So the instance is launched successfully. I'm clicking view all instances and selecting the fresh. See, this is the Europe instance. So what we have done is using the bash script, we have used the DNF installer package, app installer package, and installed the HTTP. Then start HTTP and enable HTTP. Then we have launched the web, we have placed the website and we have launched the web server. So this itself is a web server. We don't need to use PowerShell or any other terminals of any various OS to go into the log into the web server. I'm sorry, log into the Linux instance. Then we don't need to configure the system as a web server. Usually in EC2 Windows, what we will do, we will use the ADDS in in server manager. We will use the ADDS feature. We will promote the web server. We will promote the EC2 instance as a web server IAS. Once it is promoted, we will install the Fruitables web page, attributes, HTMLs, and other files in the network root folder. Once it is launched, if you click the DNS, if you give the IP in incognito or whatever mobile or whatever things you need device, if you launch, you can able to see the website. The launched EC2 instance will host the web page as a web server. The same thing what we are going to do now, but the thing is, we have launched the instance as a web server itself. We don't need to go inside and we don't need to promote it as a web server because we have given the pre-configuration before the launching instance. And the status check is processing. We will wait for like 2 or 3 minutes. It will take some time. Once it is created, let us make sure in security group whether the traffic is allowed, like SSH traffic or the traffics are allowed or not. You will just ensure that once it is created, by this pre-configured instance, we can able to create an image by using the image and template software, sorry, image and template action in the action section. Once the image is created, we are going to copy that image to Asia Pacific Mumbai region. And with that newly created our own AMI, we are going to launch the same web server, what we have used here in that region. In that region, we are not even going to use any user data because the user data is already configured inside the AMI. So if we just select our AMI and launch the instance, that server in Mumbai region will be launched automatically as a web server. So even we don't need to use the bash script anymore. And we will see how to do that. I'm giving the refresh. Yeah, the check is passed. Before I launch the system, I'm going to the security group and security group in edit inbound rules and make sure that, yeah, just want to make sure. I'll give it again. I'm allowing the SSH traffic anywhere at before. If you want, you can give all the traffic. Since it is a demo, simple demo, I'm allowing all traffic. In real life scenario, it is not advised because it will cause any security concerns. I have allowed the SSH and all traffic. If you want, you can even give HTTP as well as the HTTPS protocols. Also, you will save rules. I have saved the rules. I'm going back to the instance. Now I am connecting the instance. Such as client and copying the key. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't need to do anything like that because we have already pre-configured, right? Just connect because we have already used the bash script configuration. The system will be automatically launched as a web server. We can see the system is successfully initiated. What I'm going to do, I'm copying the public IP4 address. I'm going to the incognito mode. I'm copying the IP4 address. Giving continue to site. See, so the server we have launched, the Linux server, Amazon Linux server is hosting our web page. So it is a web server, right? The web server is successfully launched. What I'm going to do, even without using the user data, with the help of image and templates here option, I'm creating an image. Okay. That image is, let's say, Amazon. Okay. We have created this as Europe, right? Europe. We are giving Europe image. This is a Mumbai demo. I'm going to copy this image in Mumbai. I'm creating the image. You can see the image is successfully created in Mumbai. It is mapped in Mumbai. Here in AMI, we can see the Europe image, what we have created. The same image, which is in Frankfurt region, now I'm going to Mumbai, Asia Pacific Mumbai. So I'm going to launch an instance here. That is a Europe instance. This is a Mumbai instance. Mumbai. What I'm going to do, instead of using the already pre-configured AMI images, which is given by the Amazon Web Service, I'm going to my AMI owned by me. Okay. This image is owned by me. I'm searching. There is some problem. I'll just check here. Europe, Frankfurt region. I'll do it one more time so to make sure what happened. Instances, instances. This is AMI. I have selected this AMI. I am copying this AMI to Frankfurt, Europe. This is not Frankfurt, Europe. I am selecting Asia Pacific, Mumbai. Copying image. Oh, I'll create a new one. Going to instance. I'm selecting this instance. In actions, I'm going to image and templates. I'm creating an image. I'm just selecting Mumbai, AMI. Okay, by AMI. Now I have created a Mumbai region. By copy this image. Then copy the AMI, Mumbai. Essentially. Okay. Instead of Mumbai, I launch in Singapore. Hello. So, as I said, we have created the AMI image of Mumbai from the instance Euro. And once the image is created, let us wait till the status check is completed. I'm just selecting refresh. See, now the image is ready for availability. Once the image is ready, the status check is completed. Select the image here, go to the actions and copy the image. It is Mumbai. Yeah, everything is fine. This is Europe region in which we have created the AMI, meaning the image. Now we are copying this image to Asia Pacific. I'm selecting copy AMI. See, the AMI is created successfully in Mumbai. Now I'm going to Mumbai region. This is Asia Pacific Mumbai region. You can see the created Mumbai AMI image here and successfully. You can see the instances. There is no instances launched so far. I'm now launching an instance. The same Apache instance what we have launched in Europe region. That is the thing I am going to launch. But I'm not going to launch any user data, or I'm not going to log in into the EC2 instance, and not going to launch the web server there. Instead of that, I will use this AMI to launch this web instance directly. How to do that? See, this is Mumbai. Instead of quick start AMI, that is the automatic pre-configured AMI, which is given by us by AWS or by any third party providers. Instead of that, I'm selecting my AMI. In my AMI owned by me. This is created by me. You can see share Mumbai. This is the image what we have created now. I have selected that EMI image. I'm just creating a new key pair here. Mumbai to Europe. Just giving a key. Key is ready. Everything is okay. It's around the traffic section. I'm just simply launching the instance. I'm not even using the user datagram. I'm not configuring any program or anything. Okay. We have to wait for a few minutes as the AMI is not completely ready here. You can see it is copied, but the status here, see, these are all very simple things. But while you are launching, you should not get any panic during the real world scenario. Even though I have created the image successfully, I have forgot to verify whether the status check is pending. The image should be ready for use. So I'm just waiting for a few minutes. Once it is getting ready, you can able to launch the instance. I'm selecting the instance to the scene status check. As the status check, it is here pending. So let us wait for a few minutes. So it is already saying one is processed. The status check for the image, AMI image, what we have created is not completed. Once the AMI image status check is completed, we can able to launch the Amazon Apache Linux web server using this AMI image. We don't need to use a data. What is the advantage of this technique? By using this method, you can able to copy the AMI image once it is created to various regions with just by selecting the AMI and launching the instance, you can able to launch the web server wherever you want or whatever the configurations you have done. You can launch the instance with the configuration directly. You don't need to each and every time, you don't need to program the script, you don't need to type or you don't need to wait for a long time. This is like an instance process, so which will help you really to save time, and it is a very practical method to give the automation to your EC2 instance so that it will be launched very easily. Status pending, one is processed. Patience is the virtue in this thing. It's taking more than time. So unique server. Yeah, it's nothing wrong in it because we have almost copied this AMI from Europe, Frankfurt to Asia Pacific region. So you are just copying an AMI image from one region to another region. Once this image is copied, with the help of this AMI, you can able to launch how many instances you want without, like, otherwise for each and every instance you have to configure, you have to type, You have to enable HTTPD, you have to use the Git service, you have to use the DNF installer package, and then you have to launch the website, you have to place the website. Every time it will be time consuming. But just imagine if you want to do this for 50 instances, then you have to do it for 50 times again and again. You have to type the user data. If you have copied the AMI, just launch instance, number of instances, select 50, use the AMI my one, select the instance, AMI, launch the instance, the web server will be launched. Yeah, now it is saying that it is available. Now I am selecting launch instance from this AMI. This is Mumbai. Okay, my AMI on my name. This is Mumbai. Everything is okay. Maybe I will configure this in 1.8. Start SSS is everything. Source type, everything is okay. Fine. I'm launching the instance. So I need a keypad. I forgot to select the keypad. I have already selected a keypad, right? Mumbai. Let's use the Mumbai keypad. The instance is created successfully. View all the instances. See the instance is created. Let us wait till the status check completed. See the status check is initializing. So once this instance is launched, go to the security group before the initiation itself and check in the inbound groups whether, yeah, just to make sure. Always make sure you check whether in inbound rules, you have added HTTP as well as HTTPS protocols so that the web server will able to post the traffic. Otherwise, the firewall won't permit the web server to launch the instance. Here it is Apache instance, either it is a Linux, either it is Windows. You have to always make sure that you allow the inbound rules to set the traffic. Otherwise, you can't able to. Yes, I am going to the instances. I'm checking whether the status is completed. It's still initializing. Let us wait. Yeah, you can see 2 by 2 checks passed. This time we don't need to launch this instance. Directly connect just to make sure the instance is launched successfully. Yes, I can able to log in into the system. Okay, this is the public IP4 address of Mumbai region. This is Asia Pacific Mumbai. This is the IP4. I've selected the IP4. I'm going to the incognito mode. I am pasting this incognito mode here. In incognito mode, I have pasted the IP. See what we have done. We have selected we have pasted the user data and created an instance in Europe. After creating the instance, in actions, image and templates, we have created an image using the created instance. We have copied that instance from Europe to Mumbai, and with that created AMI, we have launched a new instance without using the user data. So that is directly hosting the web server, though that is launched automatically. With the help of this, you can able to launch number of web server directly without giving any user data each and every time I configuration. That's the video, guys. Thank you so much. I will show you. I will meet you in next video. Thank you.